We all have a lot of goals, but a lot of us struggle with actually doing everything we really want.
Sure, we get 1 or 2 things done, but at the end of the day, there never seems to be enough time to do everything.
But why is that?
Well, if we take time management for what it really is, what we're trying to do is find out how we can make a day productive with the time we have. But how much time do we have? We have to figure that out first. And obviously you probably are thinking, oh, we have 24 hours a day, everyone knows that. Well, it's not true, because for most of us, we have other things like, say, sleeping, outside of school stuff, or just school in general. So we have to put this down. I'll show you an example by doing it for myself. Like, say for me, I sleep around 8 hours a day. And I have school for around 6 hours a day. And sometimes after school I spend around 2 hours after school doing the things I want. And this could also include just like walking back from school and just giving yourself a little bit of legroom. So at the end, I have only 8 hours a day. But this could be different depending on how yours is, but this is how you find out how much it is. Also, hold up, I'm just gonna add this. But yeah, that's what you want to find, how much time in a day you have. Once you find this, the time in the day you have, now you can start allocating the things you want to do in this time. That's when we can start making a schedule. It won't be any regular schedule, it'll be one based on how much time it takes to do something. Like, say, maybe you want to go to the gym for an hour, that leaves you with 7 hours left. Maybe you want to learn languages for 2 hours, that leaves you with 5 hours left. Things like that. Now, obviously this video is about time management, not about making a schedule. And I can't make one for you since the schedule is based off things you want, and I don't know what you want, so that's what you have to do. But if you want to follow through with your schedule, you just have to avoid a few things. The first thing you want to avoid is distractions. Distractions is a huge one, because say if you're working and you have your phone next to you, then you're going to be inclined to take your phone if you see your phone. And obviously you might say, oh, but I can have self-control. A lot of people say this, but when their phone gets a notification, they immediately go for it. And that's something you want to avoid. You want to put it as far away as possible. Out of sight, out of mind. After you get through with this, that's when you have to go to the next thing, which is you want to stop procrastinating. And this is a really big one, because a lot of us, that's a really good stick figure, by the way, but a lot of us, we have a long list of things we want to do, but a lot of times we only get through like 1 or 2 things, and a lot of the other things we just don't do. But why is that? Well, inside of this guy over here is a brain, surprisingly. And whenever our brains get work, a lot of times if we see it as boring or just as a task, it's going to be pretty upset because it doesn't see it as something that's useful. So then we start to procrastinate. Instead, we do things that we find enjoyable, don't take a lot of work. And some of those things are probably like using your phone, blah, blah. You already know some of these things, like playing video games and stuff. But if the reason this little guy doesn't do work, the reason why you don't do work is because it's just not fun to you and it just feels like a task. So how can we not make it feel like a task? Well, this is by far one of the most important ones, and it's one of the things that people don't see as much, and that's to have fun. Because if you're having fun, then you're going to be a lot more happy to do the work. You won't mind to do the work because it just doesn't feel like work. And obviously some things can't be fun, like say sometimes math, obviously that won't be fun sometimes, but also you want to see the importance in some stuff too, because when you see the importance in something you do, your brain will be like, okay, maybe this is actually worth my time, and it'll be actually kind of happy to do it because it feels like it's actually using its time well. But sometimes, as you know, some hard work just can't be fun. So how can you stop your brain from just procrastinating, just leaving it for later and never do it? Well, sometimes it's okay to have some things that are fun. And this doesn't just mean like play video games and stuff. You can do stuff that's beneficial and fun. It's like eating healthy stuff that tastes good. Like, obviously you're gonna do it if it's good.
One of these examples could literally just be watching TV in another language to learn the language, because that way you can learn a language and both have fun.
So it'll both be a 2-for-1, and then it'll relieve yourself so later you won't be as stressed. And fun fact, stress actually significantly affects work performance. Yeah, see, right here. I know, I'm so smart. I knew that off the top of my head. But yeah, if you have fun things, then that'll be a good way to take a break, and it'll also be a good way to be productive.
Since that way, when you do have to do the hard work, it won't be as bad since you won't be as stressed. And then most times, actually, a lot of the work isn't as hard as you think. So when you actually get to doing it, it'll probably be done quicker than you know it.
Yes! Finally! Whew, that was tough. That way, that in the end, you'll be able to get a ton of work done and also still be happy at the end of the day. You won't just be out of it. You won't be a workaholic because you'll be having fun. And having fun means that you can work for a lot longer. It's because it's almost like eating food that you like. You're obviously going to have more room for food that you like than that you don't like. So if you make the things fun, you're going to be able to do a lot more in your day and be a lot more productive. And I saved the best one for last. The last way and the most important way to manage your time is to stop bad habits. And why would bad habits even be considered something to help with time management? Well, bad habits are actually the really big thing when it comes to time management, because it takes a lot of your day away, and at the end of the day, you usually feel upset at yourself and you usually regret it because they basically are just a waste of your time. And one bad habit, for example, is people who use their phone or social media a lot. A lot of people use it for around 3 hours a day, not two. Obviously, it's almost 3 hours. So just count as 3 hours. But when you get rid of that, then you're able to both be happy that you got rid of it, and then you'll be happier when you can put more time in your day for other good things, like other good habits. And that way, it's basically a 2-for-1. You basically get rid of something you don't like, and you also can put something in that you do like. So it's 2-for-1. But in the end, I know this all may seem like a lot of stuff, but trust me, it's definitely worth it. And I was literally able to explain it in like a 6-minute video. So if you can do all of this, then you'll finally be able to be a good time management person. See, that'll be you right there. And that's it.